What up? What up? 1 2 mic check. What up, Jeff? How do I sound? Sound a little weird. Must be the trees. What's up, Gustavo? Val, cheers to you. Monday, 2 p.m. West Coast. Here we go. How's everyone's week going? We're going to fill this stream out. We crashed last night. We got about almost a half hour into it. Things were warming up. We had things to talk about. And we have Gerald there. What's up, G? Yeah, all right, cool. It's all right. Well, we saved it for today, and I figured now would be a good time. Actually got up early today. Yeah, day off. Could have slept in, but we didn't. We switched gears, took care of some things, and here we are. We're hanging out earlier with Jessica Jones. It was a good show with the doc, talking about dolls and demons and stuff. Eesh. It was gnarly. Roxanne. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Hopefully, if the stream lets us. Everyone, y'all still having internet trouble? We obviously were past few days, and even my phone was tripping. It was. I was like, no. It was acting pretty weird. Monday's flying by quick already. I can't believe it's 2 p.m. I thought, getting up early, you'd have what would feel like a longer day, but it's going by. We're gonna hang out here for a bit. What else is popping? It's a whole lot going on. We'll get into some things. We got some not so positive updates on some situations where we're touching on earlier this week. We'll get into that as well. Just filling it out right now. See if anyone else gets notified. And there's Roger. Hillbilly Herb, what up, bro? Just had a little ice cream. That other ice cream. Some of that fire. What you got going on today, Hillbilly Herb? Any new flavors on your palate? Still got a little bit of that Tropicana, too. And I got some other jars just in case of emergency. You don't have to break them. Just pop the top. Yeah, what were we checking out earlier today? See, earlier today, there was quite a bit going on the tube. Some crimes up in the Bay Area. The DA out here just had a press conference about illegal fireworks, as we got the 4th coming up here. And yeah, he says that within a couple years that they're supposedly going to have the technology to be able to pinpoint where people are lighting these fireworks from. And I think there was an accident out in Inglewood, California. Ooh, Ivy Ramirez, thank you for liking the show over on X. Much appreciated. Some hearts for Ivy. She shares a whole lot of stuff, and I appreciate her. And I do share her stuff sometimes too. Y'all know I like sharing. I'm not stingy. Yeah, we're going to be sharing quite a bit here. But yeah, I don't know if someone got hurt in some sort of explosion, maybe tied to fireworks and all that. And I got to remember how do we set off the fireworks here? Still trying to remember that. We were able to do it. It's got to be some gesture of some sort. It's going to be like, it's not this, because that's the confetti. What if you do it backwards? Is it still confetti? Oh, it doesn't respond to backwards, maybe. Only like that. If anyone remembers how to do the fireworks, let me know. We'll pop them off. Chiro Sounds, what's up? How you doing this week? Hope you're energized and feeling good. Cool show over the weekend, Midwest Night Watchers. Uh, did a show with, what is it? Hair in the Hawthorne. Yeah, lovely lady from across the pond with her lovely locks. Yeah, cool dreadlocks she has there. And a lot of information about the Fae and fairies and more. What up, cowboy? Five rings, what up? Hitting you with five there. Boom. We got five on it. Let's see, lots of fireworks popping off last night for Canada Day. Long weekend here, says Hillbilly Herb. The birds were super upset about it. Yeah, I'm sure the dogs get upset. A lot of people get upset. And I'm telling you, the ones that are mega loud around here, yeah, it's like that. It's like, dude, what the? Yeah, what the? And we mention it, there's old folks. I'm sure there's maybe babies around, people of all ages. It's like, why don't you go pop that off somewhere else where there's no people around? Yeah, over my brother's, his place, and I used to stay there for a bit. There's the what do you call it? Where the river goes through the wash, and it's all like it's cement. And so people around there, they throw the fireworks into there so it echoes even louder in the neighborhood. Why? And I get it. We used to do it when we were young, but like now the fireworks are on a whole other level and it's all over the place. It's wild. Look, we got a LIB sighting. Get your cameras, folks. Hit that record because he might disappear. They light him off whole week before and after over here. Yeah, no, all here's all year. It's an all year thing now. Before it used to be back in the days, like, oh yeah, whenever you get a hold of some, the homie comes through from the other side of the border or something, however they get them in and they would be around and that was it, they would, but now it's year long. Up in the Bay Area, I talked last night, it was a news article recently. I think they might have had a press conference up there too, but East Bay Area, California, they uh, did a bust, big bust, and they got like I forget, it was like several thousand pounds of fireworks, illegal fireworks. So there's a shortage up there. They even talked about dry illegal fireworks, East Bay Area. People are hurting. It's probably coming down here to cop. Who knows? Um, but yeah, it's a big thing out here for sure. Pancho Zorcho. Yeah, so we've been talking about some recent missing persons cases here in the Angeles National Forest, the San Gabriel local mountains here. And it happens a lot of rescues all the time. And actually, on my way to work, 710 freeway that'll connect you to Long Beach, right by the 710. That's where the sheriff lands their chopper, their big old chopper. I don't know the model on that thing, but we've captured it flying around and stuff. But yeah, they're constantly always going towards the mountains here, either doing rescues or maybe training and stuff like that. But I'm sure there's enough real situations to keep them occupied there. And so, yeah, I'm sure the LA County rescues is a hardcore one. I know San Bernardino deals with a lot of stuff right now. A lot of fires burning out that way. And we got a Gemini moon sighting as well. Much love to you, Gemini, and everyone else in the chat. Tracy Bennett up in here. Oh, yeah. I see Tracy. Right on. We're going to be hanging out here for a little bit today, a little pop up Monday stream. We've been trying to stream, we've been crashing. Hopefully, we don't crash this one. Patricia, hola amiga, bem-vindo. Patricia from Brazil. How's Brazil doing? Much love to my Brazilians. Look, actually, speaking of Brazil, let's see. Can we do this? Patricia, tenho minha camisa brasileira e de capoeira. It's a capoeira shirt I got in Bahia, Brazil, at the Mercado Modelo. Peguei no Mercado Modelo. And it's actually a group there. Mercado Modelo is an area in Bahia, Brazil, where it's the big marketplace. You know, you buy a bunch of goods, gifts, and stuff, food, and the whole nine. And it's actually right on the coast, and right off of there, you could see there's this. It's not it's a fort. It's not a star fort, but yeah, no, we're breaking that down on the old world breakdown of Pelourinho, Brazil, an older stream that we did, touching on the old structures and buildings there. There's that fort, the upper and lower city of Pelourinho, Bahia, the cobble streets, the old churches. It's amazing. Anyway, yeah, these guys do capoeira on the street. There's this particular group here that does capoeira at the market there. And my queen uh, played capoeira. I always wanted to. I got it in me. I know I could do it. And yeah, I love it. I love it. The instruments, the music, the whole martial arts, the history of it, and it's good for the body, good for the soul. And yeah, so right, yeah, capoeira. Yesterday, it's funny. One of the cameras was zooming, and I was like, "Oh, the camera is zooming." I was like, "Zoom, zoom, zoom, capoeira matao." I know some of the songs too, so I sing along sometimes if there's a holder going, or and it's cool to see, especially out in the streets of Brazil. Get the real deal out there. So salute to all the peeps out there doing capoeira, playing capoeira, jogando capoeira. Yeah, so yeah, this lady here locally went for a hike, and it seems like she was alone because there's no information of her being with anyone else. And 60 years old, small lady. I think it's like 5'4", 100 pounds. And but these mountains, yeah, it seems like cool. Always nature to go out, and a lot of us do go out alone. And even that's dangerous, for male or female. Got to be prepared. And even in the streets, anytime you walk out the door, you got to be prepared. City, rural, you just never know these days. Anyway, and 60 years old, went up for a hike and didn't make it back down. And it's been about over a week now. Oh, I was chiefing earlier. And no word. No word. And I just looked it up again right now. There's a post of one of the local news agencies out here. And yeah, no, still nothing. So take a look at her picture again just to put it out there. Maybe someone might be hiking in the area, or you never know. Jay Leno, yeah, the talk show host, he ran into a missing person out here in the Angeles National Forest. He happened to be driving by one of his many fancy cars and then found some dude stumbling onto the road off the side of the mountain there. And apparently that guy had been missing. And I think the dude even got a ride with him or something like that. Trip out. It's one of those LA stories. But yeah, a lot of these people don't make it back. And we'll have a look here. Where are you? Y'all kick back, roll one up, light it up, sip one up, whatever you got going on. Chill on out, share your links. Don't forget that. What else we've been talking about? The posts, sharing posts. No one's shared anything yet over on my channel, but you guys could activate your channels now so people could share all types of stuff. Don't forget. And then they're showing people's handles. We were touching on that last night. So you could, maybe it's easier for people to subscribe now that you could see their handle. And here it is. Let's see. Boom. Oh, it's got the video playing. We're going to pause that. We're just taking a look at the article here, and there's a picture there. And Monica Reza is her name. And they got several counties, all types of counties out here looking, even local cities from within LA County. Sorry about the arrow there that I was able to scroll here. And yeah, look that up if you're in the area. You might want to check it out if you're going to be hitting the mountains here. Someone to keep an eye out for. And I actually have the map pulled up where she went missing out of the Mount Waterman area, they're saying, of the Angeles Forest here. And I talked about this thermal footage that we got. A lot of you have seen it already. We had gone up to the mountains here, went to a particular campground, Chilao campground. And it's not far. It's not far at all. What I'm afraid of is sharing this Google Earth, because several of the times we've tried sharing the Google Earth lately, it's been crashing the stream. So we'll maybe save that till the end of this. And this also reminds me of another case we've touched on. Same mountains here, but on a different. Let's see, maybe from Mount Waterman. I don't know. I don't know if you could get there from there, but it's the same mountain range. It is pretty vast up here. I mean, you wouldn't think, but these mountain ranges go pretty far. And we have this case. I don't know if you remember this one, y'all. Is the 80-year-old man, an 80-year-old man? Yes, avid hiker. Went up, same thing. Went up into the mountains here on his own, and no word from him. And his is from last year. I believe this was from November of last year. And so I don't know what the deal is, if there's, still some searches that are still going on for him. But I definitely keep him in mind. And yeah, if I'm up that way, I'll be looking. Um, so yeah, it just reminded me of this case as well. Just stuff off the top of the head. And it's good to refresh people's memories, maybe people that are local. You never know. Maybe you have people coming in from out of town. Might watch this somehow. You know how the world works, how this realm works. Pretty weird sometimes. And yeah, so that's why we do this, get the word out, help out how we can. And there's other ones. There's other cases, even recent ones from up in these mountains where people haven't come back. Like this was another one we featured, and this is right here, Mount Wilson. So there's all these different mountains within the range here. You mentioned Mount Waterman. I forget the last case. What particular mountain or the area is the Chantry Flat area is where the older man disappeared from. And then this one here was a young guy, and you got to question it, right? You know, people want to disappear on their own and stuff like that. You never know. But younger dude here, and Mount Wilson is where the camera, we could actually pull up the camera here in a bit from the Mount Wilson area. Gives you a shot of the mountain range and also the flatlands, the city. And we've pulled it up several times before. We'll have a look here in a bit. But yeah, they got these radio, the what is it, the communication towers up there. They have the observatory, Mount Wilson Observatory up that way. And yeah, we have been up there several times. What up, sweetly morbid bear? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Well, it depends. Yeah, the Angeles Crest, and you would probably know it a lot more by the different names. But yeah, you know Mount Wilson for sure. I'm sure. And what up, Digger Dog? Who else jumped in here? S- Cheers to all the lurkers. Thirsty. You're not a lurker. I see you, but yeah, so this one's pretty weird too. I don't know. The dude went up there unprepared. His brother said he wasn't even like, was in shorts and didn't have much on him and never came back down the mountain. And like I said, you could dig. We've gone in on little bit of a dive into more cases from that particular mountain range there. And it goes on into like San Bernardino County and other areas. You could pick a direction, the weirdness does go on. And I find these cases weird. Um and yeah, there could be, who knows, maybe it's animals, because we do have a whole lot of wildlife up that way. We've been talking about a lot of the bear activity happening and the mountain lion sightings and captures on cameras. It's mind blowing, and it's good to see. It's good to see that they're out there, right? But some of them, like the cats, have been getting hit. I know the bears have been getting. There's Wilford the bear that I tell you over on Parliament of Owls channel. He's got an Instagram also. He captured a lot of these animals on his cameras and shares it. And yeah, recently had a bunch of cameras snatched by something. And so it had me thinking, would be snatching cameras. But then I also seen this weekend of some footage of a wolf running away with a game camera. So I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, so it could be anything taking these cameras, but those cameras that he had were on private property. So I find that interesting. And there's Jessica Jones stepping up in here. Good show today with the doc. We are touching on that a little earlier, talking about those dolls. Eee, creepy. Yeah, yeah, good one there. And hopefully my nephews, I got to check with my nephews and nieces and make sure they don't got those dolls already. I'm tell them about it. But anyways, a few cases there out of these mountains, and I guess we'll have a look. Let's have a peek, see what the Mount Wilson cam is looking like. See, could I do this? Hmm. All right, maybe not. Let's bounce over here then. Let's play it safe for now. Boom. And then, yeah, we could still keep on the topic. We could still keep on the topic. We're talking bears, mountain lions. What else? Oh my. Uh what do we have? Recently we touched on mountain lion attack out of High and Palm, California, which was also a reminder of the fatal mountain lion attack we had here in Northern California last year. You guys remember that? The two brothers. We brought that up also recently in a stream. And yeah, I also got word that there was also another animal attack up in our neck of the woods. Yeah, up in the Redwoods, Humboldt County. And we're gonna actually head up to Humboldt County for a bit here because we got some other news out of the county there. And I do like to bring news out of the county there because most people don't hear much coming out of Northern California like that, unless you're, living there or you're tapped in. I'm been tapping into more of like the news sources and stuff like that. And yeah, because I'm interested in what's going on all over the place, not only here locally. There's a whole lot to keep you going here. Believe me, in the city of Los Angeles. Uh, but yeah, no, I tap into other news sources like recently. What was it? The whole Idaho situation. A lot more information coming out with that. Been keeping an ear out on that and all the other stuff popping off. And I see the homie right here, Isaac Ariola. Cheers to you, brother. Good to see you here. And let's see, who's this Shade Viking? Yeah, what up, bro? Glad to have you here also, man. And so, yeah, let's have a look here at these recent reports of these animal attacks. Let's see here. Doo-doo-doo. All right, headed up to the Redwoods. We have Redheaded Black Belt, a local news source. I always like to mention that my son did martial arts with Redheaded Black Belt here. Yeah, she really is a black belt. And there it is, a gruesome picture. Watch out. Heads up, folks, for those that are a little more squirmish. Yeah, that bear doesn't look to be in a good position there, but we'll have a look at the article here. And this was I think let's see, Sunday the 29th, June 2025, 12:12 p.m. All right. Photo from reader Samantha Minton. Thank you, Samantha. Great shot there. And I can tell you off the bat that's Highway 101. We'll figure out what exact spot, hopefully, here in a second, because we're going to have another report. And I'm thinking it's going to be very much near here. We've done also streams covering this area because this area has had Bigfoot reports in the past. And so check that out. Title might be something, something Humboldt County. Bigfoot in Humboldt County. I don't know. A mix of those words, and those might be the streams. But I think we've done several streams and also the neighboring counties. So just putting that out there for folks that didn't know. And here goes the report. An elderly man was bitten. Yes, folks, got bit by a bear before 11:30 a.m. today, as reported by scanner traffic, according to the California Highway Patrol incident information page. The bear was struck by a blue Chevrolet hauling a trailer near Berry Summit on 299. Highway 299. I know exactly where Bear Summit is. I mean, Berry Summit. So if you're headed so I thought that was Highway 101. Boy, was I wrong. So 299 is in the northern part of Humboldt County. So if you're, it's a little bit above Arcata, a little north of Eureka, and you'll hit the junction for 299, and that'll take you inland from the coast to Willow Creek. And y'all know Willow Creek, right? Yeah, that's like a Bigfootville there. So yeah, wow. All right. The bear was reported to be severely injured, but scanner traffic later said there was a bystander severely bitten by the bear as well. Yikes. What happened there, bro? The man is believed to be approximately 75 years old. A bystander, let's see if I could read it like this. Yeah, I think I could. A bystander applied a tourniquet to what is thought to be an open fracture. The Reach helicopter was requested to respond to the scene, but was later canceled. Yeah, probably thought about did some numbers in their head. We will update this post when we get more information. So yeah, I haven't seen any updates yet. I'm sure there is. I'll check on that. But yeah, bummer there. What up, John Aside? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking. Something like that. Hmm. Yeah, and if you get into some of the comments, I'm sure there's more now, but even the first comment, I was like, oh gosh, no. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully the man recovers quickly there. And yeah, let's see if we could did I have the kitty cat one? Yeah, I do. So this also reminds me of the recent case out of High and Palm. So not just the county over from Humboldt County. We had this mountain lion attack on summer camp staff member in Trinity County. So y'all know the Emerald Triangle, right? Humboldt County, Trinity County, Mendocino County. So yeah, neighboring, and yeah, once you get to Willow Creek, keep going down 299, just a little bit. What is it? You pass maybe like Burnt Ranch and all that, Sawyer, Burnt Ranch, and then you're probably on into Trinity County. The county line is right there. I think right over the bridge or something. And yeah, High and Palm. A lot of there's been several Bigfoot reports in the past out of High and Palm, and I believe they probably still have the little restaurant there. Tiny, tiny little. It's not much. Probably like a restaurant, maybe a store, maybe their post office. Just like many of the towns up there, very small. And inside the restaurant, they had two drawings of Bigfoots in there. And yeah, I've read reports, I've heard of reports at a high end palm. And we've also talked about that strange case of this man who disappeared from his property, rural property out in High and Palm, and that I helped his sister hand out flyers for him, and he was never found either. And what they did had on that case, it was barefoot tracks that led from the house to a pond that they had on the property, and that was it. There was nothing from there, and yeah, kind of odd, I think. And yeah, one case I helped on, I totally open for helping, hand out flyers for stuff like that, a cause like that. Totally open. I would actually like to get into searches. I know you could go to the local sheriffs and ask about how to get into the SAR, I guess it is. Let's see. Were they tracking him before? The bear or the mountain lion? I wonder what we're talking about here. Sweetly morbid bear. Yeah, so watch out, folks. There's uh there's wildlife out there. And it's amazing to see how much wildlife we have here, even in the inner city. We have the local coyotes here. There's owls that come around. I mean, you name it. You'd think we'd be out in the wilderness. And it is wild here, mainly due to the people. But yeah, just a heads up wherever you go, folks. And yeah, the wildlife comes down. They come down to the foothills here. A lot of people get Awesome footage. And I was trying to share some Instagram footage. Let's see if we could pull that one off. Bless up, everyone. Hope you're having a good day, feeling good, getting a good start to the week. Energize, energize. Power up, power up. Let's go. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I think we got it. But before we do that, let's see. Boom, boom. Okay. Here we go, folks. Hopefully that's playing on your end. We'll see here. There we go. There's the little bear I was talking about. Let's see if we could rewind on that. Will it replay? There he goes. Summertime in SoCal, baby. Let's go, bear. Oh, man. See, that's the type of action we get out here. People, bears in people's pools. I guess in Florida, they get gators and stuff. But yeah, we get the bears and, cats, big cats in the backyard. You never know. Uh-oh, there's mama. There's mama bear. I want to piss her off. All right. So how do we get back over here? There's another little clip too that here we go. All right, let's try that again. Let's try to get this other clip going. Thank you, Instagram. So yeah, some local wildlife, more local wildlife news for you there. And there's another interesting one that they had. Let's see. Can we go next? Yes. All right. There we go. Y'all see that there? I think Bigfoot might be in the background. We got a coyote and a bear. I don't know if that's Wilford the bear. Could be. But they're checking out this person. Let's see who. This is at a Altadena Sheriff's Station. And yeah, you got the coyote, or is it a fox? Can't tell. I think it's a coyote. Sweetly Morbid Bear says the mountain lion in picture has a tracker on its neck. Yes, yes, yes. I noticed a lot of them do. I had one in my backyard in your yard. Let's see. Then I had a baby and they both used that trail for a while. Wow. Killed my dying cat and neighbor's dog. Oh, bummer. Yeah, that's the sucky part is that they will do that. So you gotta watch out. Those cats gotta watch out in the streets out here. Is rough. So rough. So tough out here. Yeah, so cool little wildlife clips. Thought I'd share that. There's all sorts of stuff like that all over the place. I love geeking out on it too, seeing what the wildlife does. You'd be surprised. Who knows? All right. So Humboldt County, all right, 299. I thought we were going to be on Highway 101, but speaking wildlife, yeah, let's get into some of these fresh Bigfoot reports. Hopefully they're good. I'm excited about this one because it's from the county. And we do have Digger Dog, who's a little below us, actually, under the Emerald Triangle there. He's at the tip of the triangle down there or up there from here in Sonoma. Not Sedona. Although I want to check out Sedona. We should go to Sedona, Digger Dog. All right. Look at that. We got a couple new dots there. This green one, boom, sticking out to me there. So we're going to get into that one. See it right on the coast. Looks like NorCal. I think we're right. And then looks like Kansas here has another one. and I believe Eastern Texas, this blue one here. So let's have a little look. And just a heads up, we don't know, some of these reports seem bogus. Some are, and some of them you got to kind of question. I don't know. And then some of them are good. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. I could see that. So here we go, 5/28, 2025, 7:45 p.m. And it says height 12 feet. Oh, my. All right. I don't know here. 12-footer. You never know. It is Humboldt County. So let's have a look here really quick. Let's zoom in on the dot here. Yeah, we are in Cali, NorCal. There's the Mendocino National Forest there. Kings Range. I'm telling you, I had an amazing, when I first moved to Humboldt, the property owner there had an cool little outhouse. And that outhouse had an amazing view of the Kings Range there. Best outhouse view ever. And yeah, look at, I see Redway there. So right here, you have the borderline of northern Mendocino County and Humboldt County there. There's a Cooks Valley. That's where Reggae on the River, some of these reports that we were touching on out of the southern Humboldt, northern Mendocino County, Bigfoot reports are all through here. So this, I would imagine that's Highway 101. We'll keep zooming. Damn. Keep zooming in. Yeah, it looks like a Benbow, right by Benbow. Wow. That's a little south of where I had my first sighting up on the hill. There you got Richardson's Grove State Park. Save Richardson's Grove State Park. They've been fighting for that for quite a bit. And yeah, here's the famous Benbow Inn. We were talking about that. I shared a picture recently with the Queen. We were having some drinks out there. We stayed there. We've talked about the paranormal stuff that we've been told about the Benbow Inn, and there's been fires there. It's got a history. People say it's haunted, and it's an old worlder too. Now that I look at it, I looked at that picture and seen some of the stone work, and I was like, oh yeah, it's some old world action going on there in southern Humboldt County. So yeah, look into the Benbow Inn, and we got luckily, being locals, uh, the homie that was working at the Benbow Inn one night that we were staying there, and there always be some you just say some happening at the Benbow Inn. That's where like, damn, this place is kind of seems kind of cursed, but we like going there whenever we could. It's kind of expensive. You don't always go there for dinner and stuff or a night. But yeah, that's just a little south of Garberville, California. Hashtag Murder Mountain. And so just a little history there about the Benbow. And again, I'll touch on reports that we've gotten right around this area. They're in the BFRO. We read them. And yeah, let's go in a little more. And yeah, Benbow Drive there. You could see Highway 101. And I'm sure it's probably going to be a road crossing, but let's see what the report says here. My my location is approximate to within 5 miles. My friend and I were driving on the 101 freeway northbound for this part of the leg. I was riding shotgun and admiring my surroundings when we rounded a bend, and suddenly I spotted a huge and tall, hairy creature on the steep ridge line adjacent the road. I saw it for only about 8 seconds at first. I thought it was a bear. The overall color resembled a grizzly, but this thing was a bit darker and walking on two legs. I've traveled abroad across the country and around the world once or twice, but I never seen a bear in the wild or the zoo walking by purpose on two legs. It was getting dark. We didn't have any firearms or flashlights handy, so we proceeded to our destination. I found it ironic that later in our trip, we ended up at the Southern Oregon Bigfoot experience. Ah. Haven't heard of that. Um, Purely by coincidence. And it occurred to me that maybe I should mention this possible encounter. Ah, nice. Very interesting. So cool. Southern Humboldt County there. And I'm telling you, this is my areas. You go a little bit further, you get into the Avenue of the Giants, which you'll see a lot of my videos. I find there's a lot of structures in those areas. This is home here, folks. So it's good to hear a report coming from home here, a recent report as well. And my goodness, yeah, we talked about the gift store that's right around there. I'm sure the gift shop is right around this sighting. So here you go, another report near that gift shop. And it talked about my Rasta Jamaican brethren who had his sighting coming up from LA late at night, right near the gift shop there. The Reggae on the River report that I got from a very reliable source. Wink, wink. If you could, and he's local to the county. Wink, wink. He's well known. Anyway, yeah, about during the festival, Reggae on the River Festival, one of the biggest reggae festivals. 3 days camping in the redwoods there. It's amazing. I've done it many times for many years. And yeah, we've talked about that. But anyway, that area there is where you camp if you're camping for the festival. There's all these different campsites, and everyone's raging, partying, having a good time. And maybe Bigfoot's interested or pissed. Who knows? I think he's interested. Smells all the ganja smoke and all the good food and all the pretty ladies, and all the good reggae music. Yeah, man. Bigfoot and light it up. Uh yeah, so these campers, females, spotted what they reported to have been a male Bigfoot because they focused right on his dangalang. Yes, that was a report. And I've heard of reports like that, folks. When something traumatic happens, people focus on one thing, hyper focus on one thing. And a lot of times it's Bigfoot's member. Shout out Donnie Cho. Here we go, folks. Sorry if I'm oh, there's Daryl. As I tap back into the chat, is Monisha up in here? Ching ching. Cheers, Monisha. Yeah, much love to you all there. Guess I didn't realize how rugged north of California. Hey, it's where the redwoods. It's very rugged. You got the redwoods. You go inland. Let's see, Digger Dog could tell you. Yeah, check out Gasky Mike's channel. He's been posting a whole lot, and he's been coming into Humboldt County. He's actually from Del Norte, where the Patterson footage was really shot. And let's see here. Yeah, we got some additional comments here on the report. So there wasn't any. They didn't see any young ones, and we'll get into the young ones again. We were getting into it last night because Jessica had brought up on her show the Thinker Thunker latest breakdown of Sasquatch with two little Sasquatches attached to it. Looks like its rear end there. We were tripping on that, and we were just questioning. We're not gonna eat it just like that. We're gonna question what was in it. There's a lot of questions to ask. People are saying the photos from '97 and da 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 da. So let's see. Additional comments here. There was no wood knocks, no footprints. I wanted just to emphasize that I do consider myself an open minded skeptic. I have read a lot of stories about Sasquatch, yet I think he meant Yeti. Yet Mogollon and Falk Monster. We're very familiar with those names there. But I remain cautious about jumping to conclusions. I have joked with my friends that I'd have to see one to believe it for sure, and yet I saw something, and I cannot say for sure exactly what it was. All I know is, like I said earlier, I've never seen a bear in the wild or the zoo walking by purpose on two legs. And it says the color here was dark brown. All right. So big thank you to those guys for submitting that report there. And let's see. Hopefully Juliana gets to watch this. Juliana, let's see.
Juliana McGill to the office, please.
Yeah, so many reports out of here, Humboldt County. You get into any of these databases, BFRO, uh, you name it. And actually, we will get into BFRO here in a second. Let's zoom out of here and check out these other reports. We also touched on this one out of the Sierras. Yeah, we do Bigfoot reports here. This is a Bigfoot channel, folks. So check out the previous live streams. Have I said that? All right, Kansas, here we go. Bye-bye. Got an orange dot there, just making sure you could see that. Wichita. And you know what? We got some business in Kansas. Yeah, Grandpa who lived in Weaverville actually stayed out in Kansas for a bit. Haven't been yet. Let's see here. 6/28, 2025, 2:07 p.m. This one says 11 foot. Sex female. Vocalization, yes. Describe your encounter. It's his side squatch. I tried to take pictures, but too blurry. Ah, see, this is what I'm talking about here, folks. I do think we're starting to theorize that Bigfoots are born blurry. Think about it. They got us. They got us. All right, Kansas. Anyway, let's move on to East Texas. Yeah, that Humboldt County one seemed pretty legit to me, I think. I was feeling it. And see, East Texas here, we haven't read this one. So here we go, folks. Hopefully it's a good one. 5/16/2023, 5:30 a.m. No height. Ooh, it's quite a long one there. Here we go. Me and three other people went fishing at Hills Lake. I arrived at 7 a.m. This was only my second time here. I just double checking something here. Let's see. My second time here. Nothing out of the ordinary when I arrived. The three other people, a father, wife, and daughter, arrived around 7:30 a.m. We got all our gear together and started to walk the bank to find the spot. As soon as we started walking the bank, we heard this crazy scream. Yikes. Where's the crazy scream at? There we go. We all stopped, looked at each other, and said, "What was that?" The father said, "All I know is I'm not going on that side." Oh, yeah, Pops. We continued on and fished. Nothing else happened. At the time, I wasn't into the Bigfoot subject, but a couple months later, I came across a YouTube video and heard the exact scream we heard. Could have been Bigfooters or Squatchers call blasting out there. I instantly flashed back to the day and realized a Bigfoot had screamed at us. It did some digging. Let's see, I did some digging and found a game reserve that butts up against the lake. It's listed as dark slow, and is just over 2,000 acres. After doing more research, it made since I think it probably said it made sense. A Sasquatch would be in this area, and yeah, no other notes there. All right. And let's zoom in on this area to see. I've heard a whole lot out of East Texas, the Big Thicket. What is it? Is it Cow Pond or something like that? Also, what other spots in East Texas? Let's see. This is pretty much almost at the border there. See, Carthage, Lake Morval to the left there, Gary City, Tinaja down below there. Anyone familiar? Deadwood to the right there. Maybe someone's familiar with that area. East Texas popping it off. I hear they're aggressive out there too. What's up with that? All right, we got more folks. Let's see. So those thank you to the Bigfoot mapping project there for letting us tap in and check out those reports. Let's see here. Yeah, BFRO got one in. We tapped into the last one they had. It was out of Garden of the Gods. And where are you? There you are, BFRO. And there it is. Sighting reports recently added. And it says here, June 2025, South Dakota, Meade County, Class A. Ooh. So last week, 6/23/2025, close range sighting of a Sasquatch by a motorist near Sturgis. Ooh. Maybe was Sturgis going on? Maybe Bigfoot pulled up in the chopper. Let's check this out. All right, there it is. Report 78786, Class A, submitted by witness Madeline Kuntz on Tuesday, June 24th of 2025. And let's see, season summer, June the month, 23rd, South Dakota, Meade County. Location details, investigator MM notes the witness returned to the location to the next. Let's see. The witness returned to the location the next day to get the GPS coordinates and to photograph the location. See those below, and I do like that they put in GPS coordinates a lot of the time here, and those are it there. Nearest town, Sturgis, Boulder Canyon. Nearest road, Boulder Canyon Highway. And it says observed. I was driving from Deadwood to Rapid City at around 10 p.m. through the switchbacks heading into Sturgis. There were not any other cars on the road, and I had my brights on so I could see any wildlife well in advance. About 2.5 miles west, the Aurora Place turnoff, a large animal was on 2 feet, easily clearing the top of my vehicle, greater than 6.5 feet. I saw it on my passenger side window. It came up out of nowhere. On this road, there are guardrails which any wildlife would have to hop over to get on the road. It entered the roadway right as I was passing. Very dark brown. Got another brown one there. more red in undertone than gray, so could not be mistaken as a large elk or deer. It was basically pitch black behind the vehicle, so did not see which way it went. I was too scared to stop or turn around. Also noticed no other observations out of the ordinary. Other witnesses, none. I was on the phone with my fiance while driving and told them immediately what I saw, but was driving alone. Other stories, nope. But always joke how squatchy the area seems, especially in the evening. I'm telling you, it's that vibe, that feeling. When you get that feeling, that squatchy feeling, you know what's up. Don't ignore it, folks. It's the environment switchbacks through the Black Hills between Deadwood and Sturgis, South Dakota, along the side of the road 14A. And here's basically the follow up investigation report by BFRO investigator Ontario Richardson. And y'all could check that out if you're interested in getting more information on that. And there's a little map there with we love the red arrows here, folks. There's your little red arrow with a red pin also. What up, chat? Amanda, there you are.
Amanda to the office, please.
Uh-oh. Yo, what up, Rid? What's popping, bro? Coast to Coast AM edition. Yeah. Your boy BD broadcasting from the East Los of the Angels City. Yeah, what up, Rid? Hope you're doing well, bro. Light it up. We're gonna keep this going, getting these Bigfoot reports off. A few little updates on some missing persons cases. Basically, still missing, which is unfortunate, but we're still sending good vibes, prayers out, getting the word out, and getting the word out of these reports. Also, don't forget to share your links up in the chat, yo. Don't forget to share your posts. Also, if you got links to share, post it on my page. I want to see what you got going on. And I want to know what's going on out there as well. So another BFRO report there as well. Thank you to the BFRO. Y'all stop hating on the BFRO. It's a database. Let's use it. All right. Man, so much to talk about. What's up next? Let's jump in the chat here and kind of catch up with folks. It's kind of I was flying down the rabbit hole there. And when that happens, you kind of lose. For me, I lose touch a bit with the chat if I don't tap back in there. But when I tap back in there, it's like, oh, all right, where's the conversation? What's everyone talking about? What did I miss? Who said what? And you could get lost in that. It could get hairy, as Bigfoot would say. I bet there are structures everywhere. If you just look, you will find them. Yeah, Rid. Ask the Most High to guide I. Yeah, man. For some structure find. Born blurry, freaking. Oh my goodness. Sweetly morbid bear. um, yeah, we don't want to offend anyone, you know? And even when I say Bigfooters, Squatcher, there's people that get offended by the terms, but um, when I use those terms, I mean it's a broad spectrum. It could be from the spiritual aspect to the woo. So notice I kept that different from the woo. And the apers, what they call the apers or whatever. Then it's just some sort of ape. Yeah, all across that when I use those terms, Bigfooters, Squatchers, and I get along with all of them. I have, you know, I don't have issues. We're all in this together. Let's figure it out. What up, Carlos? Oi, Carlos, como vai? Tudo bem? How is Portugal? All right, they're sharing. Sharon, we got to make some waffles for chat one of these days. And brother Nighthawk coming in. Salute to you, brother Nighthawk. Good to see you. Bless up. And yeah, it's always good to see William Nighthawk out in the streets, in these YouTube streets. Watch out. Sometimes he's rolling with Testament. Where's Testament at? Unreal Estate Agent. Love the name 007. Cheers, cheers. All right, let's see. So we got some updates on some wildlife reports there, some missing persons, some Bigfoot reports. I guess you could include that with wildlife, right? Let's make sure we got those. Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, we could get into that. There's some more. I still haven't left Siskiyou County. We've been talking about Siskiyou County a whole lot. Bigfoot Society recently featured a report out of Siskiyou County, which was perfect. And I still got these reports set up here from there, but we're gonna save that. I'm happy with these reports, these new reports that we just touched on. And of course, check out those sites, y'all. You feel free. Anything we're showing here, any channels you're interested in checking out, I usually try to shout them out. Any resources, you know. Um, and if you're interested, if you didn't catch it here, and you could always ask me. Always ask me, hit me up. And yeah, we do have a hotline. I don't know if I got a call, and it's the hotline's not active now. Maybe you could call in, and who knows? Maybe I'd answer. I'm not sure, but I thought I had received a call from there, but who knows? Anyway, but we'd like to throw it up anyway. Who knows? Someone might call one day. But if not, there is other ways to get a hold of me. You could check out the channel. You should see other links to different platforms there. I know some of those other platforms are a lot easier to get a hold of and message people. I don't know why YouTube should make it a lot easier to do that too. And I think they used to do that before, make it a lot easier to send personal messages and stuff like that. But there is always the email there. And it's not like it's blowing up. The hotline is melting. The emails are off the chain. No. Although I know Jeremiah over at Bigfoot Society probably got it going on like that. Yeah. And I seen Sweetly Morbid Bear's been hanging there a whole lot with us, Amanda and several others. Yeah, come hang out over Bigfoot Society. Been popping off a lot of good interviews there. Some of them are, but there's some really good ones too. And so Jeremiah doing his thing over there. Salute to him. And too bad, man. I think there's a chance we might see each other this year, but we might be missing each other. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But would like to meet you, bro, and go out squatching. Oh, anyone got anything planned for this summer? What's popping, yo? I want to know. Some of you are out and abroad already. Safe travels to those out there. Much love to you out there. Experience the world for me. Yeah, no, I have no plans of like taking any airplanes anywhere, but I hear my one of my nieces is, yeah, she's quite the traveler. Has been quite a few places, different, Europe, Asia, and I don't know, she might be taking an Asian flight soon too. Again, might be heading out that way. We'll see. And we're very aware with all the airplane stuff going on, but she's kind of like me. She's just like, when it's time to go, it's go. Ain't nothing stopping her. And so much love to her. And yeah, we'll keep posted on what's happening on that front. But yeah, things are happening. I hear people, people moving around, people going places. And we got a page, CWS, Camping with Sasquatch. Martin, y'all know Martin? Someone page Martin. Get Martin.
Camping with Sasquatch to the office, please.
I've been leaving him a couple of messages on his YouTube channel. For some reason, I keep losing, like, his phone number's in my phone, but I can't find it. I don't have them under Martin for some reason. So anyway, I'm trying to get a hold of you, brother. Hit me up if you hear this. Maybe someone will get a hold of them. And yeah, we do have a Discord too. It's not too active as well, but hey, another way to message and share stuff, pictures, videos there, and all that. You're more than welcome. And yeah, try to stay active with all these things. I do post stuff there, usually repost my YouTube videos there for anyone who may have missed it, because we know YouTube likes to uh unsubscribe people and not notify people and all that good stuff, right? For them. Why? What is it?
Bruh.
All right, so let's take a little view here. Let's go to that Mount Wilson cam we were talking about earlier. Let's take a little look, see what the Southland is looking like. It's not too bad of a day. It's not too hot. It is warm. Oh, I guess we pulled up the Hollywood cam first. Well, yeah, why not? Let's take a look at Hollywood here. Yeah, that's right up behind the letters there. And you know, I'll say it again, mountain lions do cross around there. There's wonderful pictures. The famous P-22 picture. Not the P-22 Lodge. The mountain lion. Interesting that they named them that. And yeah, no, if you got we know Latchkey Hustle used to live up here somewhere. And look, you got the water source there. We've talked about UFOs. I'm sure people in this area have had UFO sightings. Maybe they get other stuff, man. I don't know. Bigfoot maybe likes to go onto the Hollywood sign there and check out the city. You never know. Coming from. Oh yeah, we're getting construction. We're having tree removal down the block. It's all right. We love twisting trees here also. We remove trees as well into smoke. And we got trash pickup. Woohoo. We'll probably get the train rolling by here in a minute. It's all popping off. City life, folks. Let's do this. Yeah, we're not too far from Hollywood here. Far enough. Anyway, we're trying to go up the mountain further. Let's go further up the mountain over to. Oops. Come on, Mount Wilson. Hey, Mr. Wilson. Do it like that. 1 second. Let's pause these live streams here. So Mount Wilson earlier we were talking about because of the missing people up in the mountain range here. And let's see here, Fox 11 usually show this on their like news feeds and stuff, like when you're doing weather. They have several cameras throughout the Southland. And let's see. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to stop. We're going to reload the camera, see if that helps. All right, there we go. Don't panic. We got this. Just going to have a little eye candy here. Take a few peeks at some of these cameras that are streaming live throughout some of our favorite places. And this is the Mount Wilson camera. Boom, right there. And yeah, look at all that funk. Yeah, there's a layer, usually a layer of funk, pollution, a mixture of sky farts, the fireworks, human gas, you know, you name it. And so that's what you're seeing there. Actually, don't see any planes farting by right now at the moment, which is great. But yeah, it's not bad of a day overall. And this is a view here. Sometimes the view changes. You can see the bottom tip right here, some of the areas that were burnt. Maybe this whole area got burnt too. You can't really tell, but you can see some of the burnt stuff here. But stuff is growing back. There is I don't know if this actual camera pans, but it seems to move every so often. And I was able to see some of the burnt areas. You know, the fire did get close to the camera. I don't know if I wonder if there's actual there's got to be footage of when that happened. We weren't checking these cameras out at the time, but yeah, there you go, a little view there, and actually, I could see the radio, the communication towers, and everything. If I step outside and I walk down a block to the main street and look up towards the mountains, because I do have a view of the mountains there. We're on a little hill here. Um, yeah, I could see the mountain, so I could see where the camera is, which is pretty cool. And I usually see it on my way to work, also. And it's nice to see the view from up there. Anyway, Mount Wilson there. What up, chat? Y'all having fun? Hopefully, y'all being not only entertained, but hopefully we're learning a little something. I don't know. I'm not really teaching. Cheers to you again, Daryl. Daryl, good to see you, Double Barrel Daryl, up in the house. Yeah. And Joanne, just checking in with you again. Thank you for tapping in last night. Let's see. Everybody hears Bigfoot roar for miles around. Yeah, I've captured some interesting, but unfortunately, the roars weren't loud enough to get on my phone, and my phone was making weird noises at the time. But we've shared it before, and we'll probably share it on a later stream as well. But I say before we head on out here, I think we should look at let's look at a couple more cameras, and then we'll aim for that the view of the Google map of where the lady went missing, the recent woman that went missing up in the mountains here, and we'll be able to see where the campground is where I got that thermal, so you guys have an idea of what that terrain looks like as well. So let's bounce on over to, let's see, let's go. Say we go up to the Shasta Dam again, since that's a new camera being featured out on the net. Let's see, where are you? And there's a really good article I also pulled up out of Northern California, Bigfoot related. It's an old, like 2009 article with Politis. It's good though. Let's see, here you are, Shasta Dam. All right, trash pickup. There it is. It's amazing the trash truck even fits through this street, folks. It's so tight. It's amazing. So yeah, the Shasta Dam has a new live feed camera pointed at it. And at the moment, you can't see Mount Shasta, but in the back where those clouds are is where Mount Shasta is. And we actually do have a Mount Shasta cam we'll pull up here also. And we'll call it good for the moment. Maybe we'll stream later. I did want to tap in and give you those Bigfoot reports. And we were able to do that. So that's exciting. And I thank you all for hanging out. Oh, come on, bro. Really? We had it going. There we go. Let's see. There you are. There's a Douglas cam and the beautiful Mount Shasta. You see, from the dam, you couldn't see it because all those clouds in the way. But from here, it looks nice. It's a nice shot there. Keep an eye out for any UFOs. Any little people, any Bigfoot crossings there? Any Lemurians?
Robot Granny
is maybe making some cookies back in town. Get them robot granny cookies going. Oh yeah. Latchkey hustle up in the house. Oh, which reminds me, Latchkey, is it okay? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're posting. Is that a link to your video? I hope so. Latchkey hustle. Salute. Has a new video, I guess you could say a breakdown video. Yeah, it's a breakdown. It's a Latchkey hustle breakdown. Although he wants to have these other dudes do a breakdown. Very humble of you, Latchkey. We love you. We prefer your breakdowns, brother. Yeah, an awesome breakdown of a video of a possible.
alien.
I think it's it. It's reminding me. We talked about it, right? It's reminding me of the whole Vegas situation with those aliens in the backyard. It happened here in Compton, California. And you know, you don't go around people's backyards like that in Compton. I mean, people do, right? But you're asking for some trouble there, especially if you're trying to be an alien. Where were the homies at? Uh yeah, very fascinating video. And here let's pull this up. We got a moment. We all got a moment. It's Monday. I'm off. Yeah, before that moment, let's check out what I'm really liking this Mount Rainier stream also. Yeah, check it out, folks. And I don't know why. Maybe it does look like that. Also, maybe due to who knows what. I don't know. But it's got this. I don't know if they got a filter on their camera there, but it's got this weird, like, almost looks like out here. I hope it's not pollution up that way. But it does have a quite of a misty, mystical look there. The mighty Mount Rainier. There's what? There's white looking aliens up. Oh yeah. We the tall whites. Yeah. Even yeah, no, some of the people up there, very beautiful people up there. NorCal. PNW. Yeah, not the place for games. And this alien, like little green being, not the other aliens. This alien was creeping in someone's back side yard, and it sounded like he went to the back. I don't know what, but you got to check this out. It's on Latchkey Hustle's channel, his breakdown of it, and check it out, folks. Let's see. I wanted to pull up Latchkey's channel here too, so y'all have an idea of what we're talking about here. And there it is. Let's see. Boom. Boom. There it is, folks. Latchkey Hustle. And it's got his handle there. And y'all notice some of your handles might be showing there. And I'm not talking love handles or anything like that, or handle you're drinking. Your YouTube, it says at and it says your name. So when you see me around, it might say Brown Door 4200. That's my handle. So if you need to, figure out where my channel is or how to find my channel, if you put in whoever's at, it should pop up their channel. So go ahead and try it out and maybe give them a subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash that. You know what? Oh, no way. Jonocide could see Mount Rainier from his house. How awesome is that? You see anything? Yeah, Jonicide's got some weird stuff too. That's someone. What's up, Jonocide? We gotta come up and rap on here live too, bro. I'm gonna have to put a link out there. But yeah, here it is. Look, there's a zoomed in look, and again, thank you, Latchkey, for because I didn't want to. You sent me this. You sent me a video clip, and I was like, all right, cool, yeah, we got something here. But I wanna see your breakdown, brother. And we got it, folks. We got it. So thank you. And yeah, Amanda. I think I got a little something to grab on to. I need to start eating more. I need some of that I need some salmon and some yams and coconut water. It's what the body craves. Can't always have it. All right. So yeah, here we go. Let's see. What else? Anything else before we head on out? I'm gonna send some more good vibes out there because the world needs it. Yeah, this was fun. Finally, we get to hang out, folks. Get to hang out. What's up, Hillbilly Herb? Why aren't you sharing your Instagram? I've been checking out some of your posts lately. Don't be shy. Amanda has a channel. And most of you should have. See, I haven't given Rid. I don't think Rid's got a wrench yet. Let's see if I could tap into the live. I'll do it. See if we can hand out some wrenches. Or are we live on the phone? Oh yeah. Let's see. Could we? Oh yeah, but it won't let me go on there live. Let's see if we try through Studio, the YouTube Studio app. Can I jump on my live? Yeah, you're not letting me, huh? All right. How about this way? All right. Well, I can't do that. I guess I could do that later. I'll tap into the live later through the phone, hand out some wrenches. Colorado Bigfoot got great vids. Yeah, that's the homie Mark right there. Rid. We know Mark. And he's very controversial, bro. Just because he is the way he is. He's Mark, and yeah, you might, people might catch a certain vibe from him. But if you could set that apart, that's a big issue in anything. It's like the human character and the information. You got to be able to, if you could separate that, and maybe you could learn some stuff. But there's some people that just can't do it, and they end up going at the character. Just like when I always put my disclaimer when I mention David Paulides, because it's like I know the stuff they've said about him. I followed Paulides a long time. And yeah, I'm not like fanboy or anything like that, but I'm interested in the information he has to give, whether it's Bigfoot or anything else related, because he touches on our areas a lot of Northern California. He spent time in Humboldt County, so I want to hear what he has to say because I know he did tap into some sources up there, and yeah, just things like that. So yeah, no, Colorado Bigfoot, much love to him. The homie, I always shout out the homie Diesel in New Jersey. So Diesel in New Jersey is, I would say, and hopefully Diesel doesn't get offended, but that's like Mark's protege. That's how I look at it. So if you look at Diesel in New Jersey, a lot of the stuff he's showing you, finding and stuff, and even myself, I learned from Mark. But Diesel's on his own. He don't need no help from nobody. He's doing his own thing. But yeah, no, we respect Mark, and Mark's doing his thing, and yeah, doing it hard. He's 100% squatching, living it, and that's not easy. Even getting ready here soon. I'm not, saying too much, but I'm excited. So members or people that were members before, we got something coming up for y'all real soon here, like real soon. So I'm excited for that. And it's for the subscribers as well. So don't worry. And oh yeah, we got the weed eater. Yeah, this weed eater is about to activate right now too. I'm about to light something up and get it going. Let's head on out of here, folks. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Much love. And yeah, we'll see you on the stream. Maybe on someone else's stream here in a bit. Hellbent Holler, I think, usually does Mondays 4 o'clock or something like that. 4:30. Maybe they're gonna go live. But I'll catch you around there. Y'all leave me a message. Drop me a message. Much love to y'all. Bless up.